Let there be peace and love. Welcome to Satsang. What is ageless is what you are. And don't hook at the I here. The self is always revealed. What I call what you are, what's real. It always reveals itself. It's only when you hook at the mind that it looks like veiled. But all this is an illusion. So it is up to one to find what is most essential, beloved, wise. Is it to just abide in oneself, or is it to hook at some illusory fantasy? And a fantasy, an illusion, is very easy to spot. It has a birth, a span of life, it has an end. It goes on changing. It is the expression of yourself. It's already perfect in itself. But I, the rising I, take himself for the king, takes himself for the master of things, for the doer, for the controller, for the knower. Instead of just remembering, realizing from where it comes. Because only from where it comes, from where it rises and from where it disappears, it's real. All the rest is unreal by nature. So welcome. Sunday wine. Oops. No?
Yeah. Okay.
You can sniff only. Very well. Ça vous cachait pas. Kashyapa had to run, huh? You know that. He was the Buddha, according to the legend I read. He had two main disciples, Ananda and Kashyapa. And Ananda could be recognized by the Buddha as his, how you say, huh? Successor. And he made Buddhism. He started Buddhism. It was the way he understood to transmit what he heard. While Kashyapa understood, realized what Buddha said, but for him to frame it was part of the illusion. So he surely would not be the head of a monastery. But then he was recognized by his master, and his master said, "Run away, run, because nobody will believe you, since you are not recognized in this outward way." So you know what to do. Run away from the belief it has to be transmitted, run away from the belief to believe is a guru, run away from the belief to be recognized. Wonderful, isn't it?
Ganga. I have read Papaji's The Fire for Freedom, and I read one indication,
Yeah.
focus on the self only.
Attends,
Focus
on the self only.
only.
Yeah.
And then for a few days, I followed this indication, but at some moment I had to stop because the mind started involved, something happened, was something too much.
You see, when Papaji said focus on the self, one has to understand that's why the birds of the mass have to be alive. Because in the context, he could say that to say in some other words, otherwise you will have always one word. You are the self, you are the self, you are the self, you are the self, you are the self. I wonder how many would come and listen to that for years. So the master has to also have an imagination to give, in other words, the same direction. So when he meant focus on the self, I think you misunderstood. Because you cannot focus on the self, you are the self. And as you felt, very good, very good. If you follow the bird, it looks like the mind, then who is focusing on the self?
Yeah.
The mind has to focus on something more real, which is the self. You see, in that way, it's not an happy sentence, but when he said it, it came from the right place. So anyway, he can say anything, it would work. Yes. So focus on the self means abide in yourself, as you are always. As you are always. You see? And when the mind appears, it appears, you cannot stop it. Anyway, there is no controller there. but you know that it's the mind. That's all.
There was, I stopped doing it, but still there is one idea, persists idea
Okay.
that is very valuable, but I couldn't, but now with
It
your
is
words,
very valuable. It's wonderful, you know.
yeah.
But of course, words have to be alive. Alive means it could be from a book too, when it is the master who pronounces it. But the mind which will read it maybe can misunderstand. That's why it's very important to come to Satsang alive. Very good. But it's also very true, you see. Focus on the self, it was said, I'm sorry to speak on his name, but it was said to say, just stay as self. Just stay as self. Don't be interested and busy with something else. In order that what is always revealed reveals itself as a fact instead of being missed by the mind. Because it's always about the mind. There would not be satsang even if there was not something like mind that we take for real and makes one search, and then we have to ask questions or expose doubts to be freed from them. So it's always the mind which is the so-called trouble. But when it is seen for what it is, means unreal by nature, it's no more a trouble. You have not to search anymore, because you know that whatever the mind presents is unreal by nature. Why should you go into that movement and suffer again? So stay from where all this rises and where all this disappears. Be focused means don't be distracted by the mind. Lose your curiosity to the mind. And that will make the so-called hypnotism disappear. The so-called fascination with what moves, which is the food of the mind.
Ganga. Recently you said even before Papaji's Mahasamadhi, you kept quiet.
A few years, yeah.
Can you explain what it...
But I don't know if it is a help, because it was an illusion. Unless you feel that's maybe what you live.
Oh, it's okay, I leave it up to you.
Yeah. to... you see this sentence, which is such a golden secret, open, keep quiet, is misunderstood as long as it is taken by the mind, from gross mind, which makes a state of quietness, to very subtle mind, which will be like no state anymore, but still it's a state, you see, because there is always someone knowing is keeping quiet. So this sentence actually is not said to the mind. It is directly said, it is exactly like to tell, I am that. It is just to confirm or to show this is it. And only the one who knows it can say so. To awaken what's always there, but to awaken that and cut the fascination with the mind. Yeah. But it's part of the journey to always experience deeper and deeper, or understand better and better, till one understands he's still busy with his mind. It's part of the journey. You can shorten it, or you may longer it. I don't know, it's not English. Make it long. Yeah, that is up to the fire. Up to the fire to finally be freed from illusion. But the body-mind will not be freed from illusion, because it's part of the illusion, it's an appearance. It's what you really are has never been covered, in fact. It's only this belief, this concept, I am the body-mind, which makes the whole trouble, after all. That's why in the beginning I say, maybe you have moments of agelessness. What I'm really is ageless, you see. Yeah, that's yourself. All the rest is what the mind presents. So, still an expression. It's an expression. Yes,
I discover lately that I cannot trust my senses.
Yes.
That I can experience that I'm exhausted. I bring myself to a gym and I discover that I have as much energy as...
Yeah, right.
Those.
You are right.
And then I wonder, but from where do I get real information about what is true? Like,
never through the senses.
no, but then where?
Never through the mind.
Yeah.
And never through the emotions. Oh. So what has to be removed, you think? If you cannot know through the senses, through the emotions and through the mind, what has to be removed?
On this activity?
No.
Okay. I don't know.
The person, the one who says, I feel, I think I can go there, I, the person. Do you see that when you say I, say I?
I.
Yeah. What do you mean by that?
I means always that I perceive from here and there.
Exactly. Exactly. Let it be through senses or through concepts or through emotions.
Or understanding.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever. So that person has to lose the belief it's real, has to lose the mastership. He's just a servant. I is just a first expression of the self, but it can exist only because of the self. The self, what you really are, doesn't need I, doesn't depend on I. I depends on it, and its disappearance too. So I, as a person, means I am born, or means I am this body-mind, has to lose its pride to think is so. What I am in reality is not this. It's what is ever, which is not owned by anybody. And the person, I, expresses, manifests from there, and will die and there. So that's real. What is always there, that is real, and that's what you are in reality. The rest is part of the mirage, is part of a cosmic belief, and so personal belief.
But then it means that when I am watching,
Yeah.
trying to watch myself,
Yeah.
then it's still the I?
Yeah. You cannot watch yourself. You
Right.
can never be a witness of yourself, as if the self was smaller than the witness. No, it's the contrary. You are yourself. You cannot witness it. The witness cannot take it. It's way vaster than what the witness is. The witness comes from there.
Okay.
Yes.
Then I don't understand anything.
That's much better. Yes, and you have a very good smile telling that. Yes, it is the defeat of the mind. You have to be hopeless and helpless, finally. I'm very happy for you. So, remain as that and don't try to transform this mind. Good.
Das Kinderzimmer. Aber das wickelt mich jetzt ganz verwickelt.
Welcome to Satsang. So sometimes you come to satsang, you still 5 minutes from your activities. 5 minutes. You would not steal them if you continue to think of your previous game, or if you think, oh, what I will do after. So try to steal from whatever you have left or done 5 minutes. Try to steal 5 minutes out of time. Means don't do anything, just remain where you always are without depending on thinking, feeling. You listen, please. Okay. Because maybe one day you will search, oh, happiness or peace, whatever I do is not really satisfying me. Maybe not. But if you do, remember that in satsang it is said, don't search for happiness, don't search for peace, don't search for God. Because what you search so much, what you want so much, this happiness and tranquility, is what you are. And what you are is not outside of you. It is in the core of your heart. It's not touched by time and space. So just listen to those words, let them sink in you, and just be. Very good. I hope you are good thieves in that sense. And if somebody in your school or outside asks you what this nanny is doing, you can tell that I teach that I indicate, I try to indicate what all the philosophers want to know. I teach what those who want to know, who am I in reality. You see, some people, they really search for that. I want to know myself and they don't know where to go. So that's what I teach. At least say something instead of I don't know. You have to say something. She's teaching philosophy. She's teaching how to know oneself. She's teaching the meaning of life. better than to say I don't know. Okay? Otherwise, he will think that you are really cuckoo, and your parents also. Prasad. Magician. Very good prasad, huh? Ah, yeah, sure. And Santo?
Thank you.
There is another one? Oh la la, that smell.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
Eh, which one you prefer, with ananas or with peach? Ah, there is both there. And yeah, Sham. Satya, give to Sham, please. But whatever quietness you rest on, anyway, it's better than to be busy. To be busy with quietness is better than to be busy with a conscious state or object.
Still, I wanted to make sure that I don't fall into this trap. That's why I asked.
You will fall into that trap. As long as there is a fear, there is mind there. So big risk.
Ganga,
Yeah.
I try to keep quiet, and it's meaningful to try to be here and now. But sometimes I have very strong.
You understand? Can you speak a little louder? You're young, you have surely a good voice. Sorry.
So I just
Yeah.
try to express something.
Yeah.
So before I try to keep quiet, and
Yeah.
and a lot of thoughts was come, and I wrote it down. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, and yeah, I knew that I am not the thoughts, but I felt that some abundance and the background is missing. Is missing.
The background is missing.
Yeah, but I
It's
don't-
also a thought
yeah,
or an experience.
yeah, and sometimes it's harder to be here and now because when I have some strong attachment, but I cannot go away. Yeah.
But first of all, you make it difficult with this here and now. Because what do you understand of here and now?
Just there is something in Papaji's book.
Okay.
Yeah, it's,
Papaji!
yeah, I try to let the objects.
Yeah. Tell me.
Okay. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
It's about Krishna and.
I just, meanwhile you search, because this here and now is very easily expressed, the power of now, the here and now. Epicure, who was taken as he's a philosopher from Greece, Epicure, very long ago. But the here and now of Epicure was in life. The here and now in life to enjoy more. That's what at least is understood today. Maybe he didn't say that.
No, it's being non-attached to objects and
Being not attached to object, yeah.
Bringing the mind back from its objects and established it in me, and it's Krishna said.
Yeah.
Okay?
But is it written here and now?
I think it is the same.
Ah, yes, it is the same. But if you say, I want to be here and now, why don't you say, I want not to hook myself at an object? It will be more practical, because here and now for the body means, yes, I'm present, I'm in satsang, I'm quite concentrated, focused, so I'm not on the road, nor with the kids or whatever, I'm here. It doesn't mean at all.
It's an object.
No, because it means the body has a location, and the mind has a refuge somewhere where it's peaceful. It's not the here and now. I would, of course, it's used sometimes according to the context, but it has nothing to do with what is understood. Okay, yeah, great. So, tell me, I didn't understand your question.
Yeah, I don't know, I just thought I would like to.
Okay, to hear about that?
Yeah.
Yes. You see, if you want to awaken what's already there, just still.
Yeah, I tried.
Just still. Yeah, try. But you know, it's not like try to get something. Try in the sense that unhook yourself, whatever it is, for a split second. You don't even know a long time. A split second could be sharper in being freed from objects than whatever length, because then it falls into an effort and a state again. Like you see the Zen master, you don't see them so quietly smiling as many make the Buddhas like this. No, they are. Because it shows it's, you see, wake up. It's a question of freeing oneself, and it has to be in a blink of an eye. It's and then that if you love that through wisdom, means because you trust it must be the truth, or because you had this moment of freeing, and you start to there is an attraction which is even beyond your will, you see. So that you have to fall in love with that, knowing the value of it. And that you hear in satsang. It's so valuable. So offer yourself sometimes when you have this fire, when it's enough. It's, you see, you offer yourself a split second. That is more powerful. That will work more than trying to enter into states of quietness.
Okay. Yeah, I try it every day.
Good. You wake up every day?
I try. No.
But nobody knows how to wake up. Except that Papaji said, and I believe so, one quality you have to get. Fire for freedom. A desire, the priority of the desire to want to be yourself, which you are, but you don't believe it. So that fire has to burn your belief you are not. It's so valuable. You have to know that it's so valuable. But not in the sense of the mind that a valuable object must be in gold and millions of money or whatever. It's valuable because it doesn't bring you birth and death. So, to unhook yourself, you have this help. You have this help to ask, who is this I? Who am I? You can do in different ways, but you can always know that it's a tool. It's a funny tool because it's a subjective tool, the only one the mind can even conceive, because its target, the direction of this arrow, melts the arrow from where everything rises and falls.
But I can't use this.
Why?
This question.
Why?
Because it's confusing me.
Why? Then I have to remove your confusion, that's all? How can it confuse you?
Because when I ask who am I, it's bring identification.
Yeah, good. Okay, who am I? Some answer come, yeah? Oh, I am this, I'm from there, no? Or I feel this.
I don't know.
Identification is what?
Yeah, maybe the sense of body.
Okay, the body, I am this body, I feel my body, and so on. Yes, but it's an answer you give to who am I? So it's an answer you give from the mind with asking the question. The same mind gets an objective answer. So you have the arrow, but you have not released it. If you release the arrow, who am I? You cannot land on an objective answer. So if you have any objective answer coming while you do that investigation, you don't stop there. Invaluable, it is. No.
But then I feel I have to have a direction.
That's the direction. If you ask, who am I, you will see that it's not just an information, though it can be taken as an information. But if the practicality of it is that it has a direction. I think every word has a direction. Otherwise, how can you objectify anything? It's always out of view. An object, whatever word you will say, you can describe it. So there is a direction towards that object. Here the direction is subject, the seer.
To remove it.
I didn't hear. Tell.
To remove it.
To remove what?
The seer.
No. Why should you remove the seer? Try then, try. Try. That's a good one. When I say the seer, I don't mean I. Otherwise you make vicious circle and you have again an answer. The answer is where that question disappears. That is the answer. Try again.
Ganga,
Yeah.
yesterday you said to me, when this sentence from Papaji struck me, that everything is the I thought and I is the first thought.
Yeah.
Why I'm still searching?
Yeah.
And I don't understand this question.
Because
That means maybe my strike was just intellectual, or it was not really
no.
if I really have seen that everything is the I thought, I would be finished, free. I don't know.
You went into an experience that, or the words gave you an extreme insight. Yeah? An insight. But you see, when the next thought came, you took it for real. Why? Because you made it an insight. You could have made it reality without taking the I which rose afterwards. But now you know, one learns his lesson. Because if you take the next thought, means you have not learned your lesson that whatever rises is unreal by nature. Or you had this conviction that you want to understand or to experience it, and that's why it became an insight. But now, you hear this or not? So you can learn your lesson. it's clear to you that it is the rising I which brings whatever, everything. Where are you to see that? And the answer has not to be through I. Don't bring I here. The answer is to keep quiet from where you see that. And whatever will appear, because that will be endless, the appearance and the disappearance of things, you know this is the manifestation. I don't go there, at least for a while, I surely don't go there. I honor what finally I wanted.
And this is not searching anymore.
This is not searching anymore. Because you know.
Be quiet to
Huh?
you stay in that place. It's also
It's
somehow searching.
no, there is nobody there. Why do you say you stay in that place? Doesn't matter. Let's do it again. You see, you are not aware that you are bound by your mind. Because I believe everyone anyway is at the proper whatever. Okay? One thought arises. Which one was it?
Still a search.
Yeah, or there is still someone located. What is it? Is it not a thought? Why should you listen to your thought? A thought will always bring you pride or doubt. The realization of the self is when you know so much the tricks of the mind, which is that it will rise. Nobody says that there will be no mind. The I rises with some suggestion, you don't go there. You don't go there, even if it speaks of the subject, of your search, of your attainment. You don't pick it up. You are fed up, you are exhausted, and you don't want to be fooled again. That's it.
Yeah, the reason I think always go into that is because the other place it feels like nothing. Like it's
But to
not
feel
enough,
so, what is this feeling?
Yeah, also I also.
Yes, and you will believe it? You have not understood that it will speak fake?
Yeah, to have it.
Yeah, terrible. Discarded, and I tell you, at some point, it will not visit you. Other habits, of course, but not the habits about the search. But don't expect these habits may still come, so you have to, you know what it is, energetical strength. So be a samurai, just say no. Yeah.
Because I was very busy with this since yesterday. If this is over, why to go to a teacher? So the only reason to go to a teacher is the teacher helps us to stay to use this cutting katana, this cutting.
Not only that, but he has to tell you, don't go to the next thought. Keep quiet at least for a while, or be vigilant. Be vigilant for a while.
But by yourself, it's nearly impossible, I think.
Maybe, but you are here.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. Okay, okay. How you think, if I didn't have the strength of my master, do you think a frail girl could stand the mountain of the power, cosmic power of the mind and say no? No, it's impossible. Yes. So, that's what I say, you need a master alive. Very good. Yeah.
Can you help me to conquer the fear of death? It is,
Yes, you ask the question, am I born?
yeah,
Ah. It's a shortcut. It's not only a joke.
just that the I
Ask, am I born? What's your answer? Tell me, I will help you. If you speak of the body and the mind, yes, I am born. But what do we speak in satsang? We speak of what is ageless, which includes time and space, but which is not time and space. So who are you? Are you born? Tell. No. Very good. Have these guts.
just white. It's just white.
Waves of what? Why do you look at waves? At the most essential moment, you look at waves. Wherever there is a wave, there is the mind. So why should you look at waves? You don't even give a minute, half a minute of honor when you say, I'm not born. Do it again, again, again. Yes.
24 years ago,
Yeah.
I had a sudden experience.
Yeah.
I saw a small boy maybe 1.5 years old.
Yeah.
And he looked like a Buddha.
Yeah.
He was sitting in flames,
Yeah.
burning flames. But I understood they were not burning.
Yeah.
And suddenly I realized it's me.
Mhm.
And that I come with all the happiness that is possible in this world. But from where this boy was coming was
Yeah.
a place of immense joy.
Yeah.
And suddenly I saw a black sack that was threaded down
Yeah.
over the boy.
Mm.
It was taken, it was
Yeah.
pulled together, and it was taken out in the forest, and they had gravels, and they put
But-
it down and put
yeah.
this on the
So that was your vision.
yeah.
Yeah.
And suddenly, this 24 years ago, I realized it. And it has been with me all the time since then. These 5 years. And it's more and more now. So I'm just wondering, what does it mean? And can I rest into it? Or is it just a big illusion of fire that is not burning but is taking whales away and all this? You can start with the mind and make fantasies out of it. But I feel it's also real because it comes out of a sudden.
But it comes from your mind.
Yes.
It comes from your mind.
Yes.
Probably it is a fiery surge or a sudden awakening which came. You were searching, or what was the
Yes,
context?
yes, it was a
okay.
retreat.
Okay. It was an awakening, could be in that shape. But you see, the shape is not very important. Mm? What would have been your luck is that the teacher could tell you, you are that which can see that fire. And whatever you can see is not real. Just be that. Just be that. So it's not too late. That fire maybe in fact allowed you to burn many concepts or beliefs. So now you can question that fire. You are that awareness which is always there. That there is fire or not. Today. You see, an awakening is a blessing in the sense that it burns quickly or slowly or whatever ideas we carry and we believe in. So maybe it made its work, its job. So
Yeah, because I have no doubt that I come from joy.
but don't name it.
No,
When
no.
you are not joyful, what you will do then? Don't name. It's a bondage, I tell you. It's not even joy. It is a much more than all those words conceivable. So free yourself from even the concept of joy, even if it appears, but it disappears. You cannot, even when you sleep, you will be dishonest to tell me that you are in joy. The same joy as you feel in the waking state. So don't confuse a manifestation for what it is. Otherwise you will go on searching more, I tell you. Or you will lie to yourself with your memory. But then it is not alive, it is not what is real. Huh? Okay. Whatever rises, you can ask, because it's an important moment. Huh? but maybe it is over, maybe it is enough. Don't take a manifestation for it. Let it be fire. I am fiery, but I'm not always fiery. If I was mistaken, this fire I have in satsang for my moments where I'm just totally ordinary, then what? Where I would be? So.
Can it be seen as a kind of waymarks or pointing direction?
The fire.
Yeah. Or the experience
Why
of
you-
fire.
I bring you prior to the fire. Why are you still so interested in that fire?
Because it's so strange, so special, so... it has
You
been-
had that speciality for 24 years. You are not fed up with it?
Somehow, no.
So you are attached to it. So that will bring you more 24 years.
I take your point directly.
Okay, thank you.
I just try to be honest.
Ganga. So this fire was totally gone.
Yeah,
I experienced from
Yeah.
one day to the other. It was totally,
yeah.
but somehow the business with satsang went on. So that's okay to have no fire. Or it's a different fire.
But then how come you went back to satsang?
I didn't
What?
get back. It went on, but this.
Yeah,
was me
but
talking
with
about
with
this,
what?
This totally.
With fire.
And
With
you
the
know,
fire.
this-
With the fire.
Yeah.
It's the fire which brings all here. Fire of the search. But once you are freed from the search, why should you have fire? There will be maybe a fire appearing here and there, but it doesn't come from the same place. It doesn't come from a search of somebody. It comes to Burns' concept. Yeah. So what?
Yeah, this brought us strong doubts because I had the
About?
experience
Yeah.
always losing interest in some topics.
Yeah.
Very busy with something for
Yeah,
years,
yeah,
and from one day to the other, the interest boom. and
yeah.
so on.
And with
So I
satsang,
was
not.
thinking, okay, when I lose satsang, so
Will you,
What
have you
will I
lost?
do?
Have you lost satsang
no,
so
no,
far?
no.
Ah, oh, you see. Don't
There's a
worry.
different force. Some
Yes, it is because you
Moving.
see, you basically are not peaceful or happy because the sense of I feels separated, feels there is something, and of course he's right because I is the first rising. So satsang is just to tell you, don't confuse yourself for the rising I feeling separated or unhappy or full of fire. Just keep quiet prior that rising I, where you already are anyway. You have not to attain it or go somewhere, but you have to keep quiet a moment, not to hook at a manifestation.
That is not so easy.
Says the I, says the conceptual I. What is not easy? You are already yourself. It's too late. You are already yourself.
But when these visions of fire are appearing, they take you somehow. It's not so easy to just witnessing it or be prior to the experience when it's coming.
It's not easy, you mean? It's
Yeah.
not easy to be prior? You are prior all the time.
Okay, thank
But
you.
you are attached to. That is the thing. One is attached or one has a desire that he wants to fulfill. So it means he projects himself in the manifestation, but that's the whole point. Huh? The search is,
Yeah.
I want to realize who I am in reality. Okay. Attachment troubles make suffer. Even that fire that you pretend to have all the time makes you still search because you are here with a question, so it makes suffer. Be freed from that. No.
It's so simple.
The mind doesn't exist if there is simplicity. The mind is made from two to multiplicity. It's not simple. So, what you really are is beyond those descriptions of simplicity or difficulty. How are you? Fine?
Me?
Yes.
Yes, it's wonderful to be here.
Okay.
I've been pondering the paradox.
Yeah.
You spoke of this arrow, so
Yeah.
the only tool you've got is the mind sends forth this arrow to,
Yeah.
but still you it's like you dress up with this personality. It's such an illusion, and
Yeah.
how to move in the world, because
Oh, don't worry. Oh, don't worry. You see, this manifestation comes from the self. It's really its own intelligence. You will behave even better.
so you have no choice. It's like you put on your mask and you go forth in the world, even though it's a kind of a joke. It's
You
like
will just react to circumstances.
Sorry?
You will react, respond to
There's
circumstances.
no choice.
There is no choice, actually.
So it's okay. I mean, you can't be out of the illusion.
No.
You can only find those quiet moments.
No. You cannot be out of this illusion in your body-mind. And you can have quiet moments in your body-mind. But you can remove the confusion that you are that. That is the value, the beauty, the amazing gift of realization. Just don't confuse yourself. That's hard. But when the mind says that's all, it looks, that's all. No, it is so priceless. Otherwise, why the wise men would spend their life trying to convey? Why do you suffer? You see, you are not what suffers. You like it?
I like it.
Yes.
The ageless one.
Please.
The ageless one.
Ageless one.
Yeah.
Yes. ageless one. I don't understand, but it's great.
Strikes me so.
Great. You're a poet after all. In the manifestation. Tell me something, Diane. You want to say something? No, okay. So that it will be dialed. No escape, dial. What you would say.
Okay. When this lady was asking you the question and then you ask her where is the eye,
Yeah.
and she said, what is the eye? She said, the eye is what is perceived. Everything which is perceived, she answered.
Yeah.
And it kind of struck me that I take the eye as the subject, but it actually is the object.
Stay there. Don't understand anything more. Keep quiet.
Is there any value in, I would say, in having an insight? There is the moment where...
You cannot choose.
No.
Insights coming, they come always when you are not expecting it.
And then it is to drop it, or because the...
You see, when you have an insight, it could be it could be that. But you make it an insight because you go back to your mind.
Yes. Yes.
Which insight did you have?
I had the insight, the word was used by the person over there, and the insight was that I place more value in when my mind gets entertained by an insight, and I just realized that it's the same.
Great,
yes.
Great. Okay, so be freed from this fascination of the mind. Great.
Ganga, it's not a metaphysical question. I have pain in my stomach now, and I can say who has pain in the stomach. I can answer I, and may I ask who am I? I can use that.
Anything is good. Anything is good. And generally it's because when you have pain that you will ask this question. You see this question, don't think that you may ask a second time. It has the total power to finish off at once. If you don't have agendas in your mind.
I wanted to share that you, Satsang, said from the space doesn't bother about the cup being there or not. The space stays the same.
Yeah.
And
oh, good.
I like it.
Yes, 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 yes. We always speak from the point of view of the cup. But if you speak from the space, then nothing happens. Huh? Some movie. Yeah. Raman! Happy?
Yeah, very happy.
You can sing then.
Huh?
You can sing then.
Yes, yes. Now.
Why not?